my friends, how you doing? Welcome to lesson 4. We're going to take a look at conditional loops. We're going to get into a series of different loops here, so be patient with this one. The examples aren't the greatest just because I'm trying to do building blocks here. So we're going to take a look at just conditional loops at this point. The idea being that we can have something constantly be going until a condition kicks us out. So when we look at this between Scratch and Python, this is where we first start to see a subtle difference in the way things operate. So when we look at Scratch, a loop block, all right, we're going to use this repeat until block here. It's going to repeat everything in there until a statement is true. And so in this particular case, it will pull up in Scratch here in a minute. When my coffee variable becomes greater than 10, it's going to kick out of this entire loop and it's going to go down to the next block. Until it reaches a value greater than 10, it's going to do everything within this loop here, this conditional loop. It's going to say yummy and the variable, it's going to wait, it's going to change the value of coffee by 1. It's going to show it. It's going to wait another second. It's going to kick back up and check again. So we're doing this conditional loop until a statement is true. And you can kind of see here all the blocks are indented. See how they sit, they reside within the repeat until block. This is pretty similar to Python, right? So in Python, a conditional loop is going to repeat as long as the statement is true. So where before in Scratch, we're waiting until a statement is true, Python's going to run it until, as long as the statement is true itself. And so once it's no longer true, then it's going to kick itself out. We also see a change in our code. So in this conditional loop, this while, this repeat until is the same as this while loop right in here. You can see that things become automatically indented when we go to code. I'll show you here in a minute. But we have to start using this colon. This signals that we're going to have some more commands and thinking going on underneath this statement. And so it is indented, you can see here, just like we saw with the Scratch blocks, kind of indented within this repeat until block. So let's take a look at this. And like I said, this is not the most perfect example because we're going to get into some other examples here soon, but at least it's going to give you a rough idea here. And so what I've done in this particular code is I just created a new variable called coffee, and I use this set coffee block to 0. And then I went over here to our control blocks, all right, and we have a repeat. We could do a loop block, right, where we could just repeat it, say 10 times or 5 times or 4 times, whatever it might be. But we end up using this repeat until block. We drag that over. And then what I did is I went in here to operators, and we can create a whole bunch of different conditions: greater than, less than, equal than, when this and that's true, or this or that, right? We got lots of things we can do. In this particular case, I use the greater than. So we're going to repeat until my coffee variable is greater than 10. And so what I did is I went into looks here and I just put the say command. And then I just joined it so you can visually see the difference here. I just said yummy and then the variable number of coffee right next to it. So it's going to join this. So you're going to see that the cat's going to say yummy 1, yummy 2, yummy 3. I did put a wait block, which is found in the under control for 1 second, because this happens so fast that without putting that wait block in, you would just go zoom and you wouldn't even see it. So I did put a little bit of patience in there. And then I added a change block just so you can see the numbers drastically change. Once we get to a number greater than 10, it's going to kick itself out of this loop and it's going to play this cat meow sound. All right, so when we go to run this here, you're going to see it. There it goes, yummy 1. And you're going to see the variable. I have it listed up here up top as well, so you can see that it's changing and then it's adapting here as well. So there's a little bit of delay between the two. But as soon as we get here to 10, you're going to see this kick out and you should hear the cat meow. Let's see here. Boom, there it is. So there is the Scratch program. Now in Python, similar type of thing. I created a variable that's just equal. I called it answer is equal to yes. and I created the same loop here. While answer is equal to yes, it's going to print, I need the nectar from the gods, and then answer is going to have a variable. And we're going to get into this here in a future lesson, but this input is going to require the user to input a yes or no, just so you can see how to kick out of a loop here. So it's going to ask you, do you like coffee? If you say yes, it's going to constantly repeat, I need the nectar from the gods, over and over as you keep saying yes. As soon as you say no, this is no longer true. This is no longer equal. So it's waiting until the statement's not true, and it's going to kick out of here and say, what is wrong with you? Basically saying, like, how could you not say yes to coffee? So when we go to run this here, you're going to see this in this loop. Here it is, right? I need the nectar from the gods. Do you like coffee? And if I hit yes, it's going to repeat this. And it's going to keep doing this loop, all right, as long as the condition is true. Now, the condition is a loop condition, all right? So as soon as I kick this out and I say no, it's going to boot us out of this loop, and it should tell me that, ask me what's wrong, and then the whole entire program will end. So let's take a look here. And you can see that here we are back to our prompt, what's wrong with you, and we're done. So while these are not perfect examples, I hope that it gives you an idea of what we're looking at here. We start to think about while loops or conditional loops. You're going to see them kind of label different things, and we're going to get into here taking a look here in the future things of infinite loops and conditional selections and things like this here in just a little bit. But for now, at least you got an idea of kind of how this works. Let me know your thoughts, your questions. If you write some sample code, let me see it. I'd love to take a look at what you're creating. And until next time, my friends, stay awesome.